Hey guys, what's going on? Tennessee.Frank here, and I am gonna try to bring you kind of a review on Vortex binoculars. I don't use binoculars a lot, but when I do, I want something that's decent quality, and I also want something that's not gonna break the bank. I mean, I don't have a ton of money to spend on stuff, and I want a variety. Sometimes I just need something small, kind of like over here. Sometimes I need more power, a little bit larger objective lens like over here. We'll touch on all these briefly. But for quite a while now, optics for me has pretty much meant Vortex. I ran their red dots and scopes on rifles that I've had, and binoculars, you see. I got several different pair, and I'm even using a Vortex tripod right now to hold my camera. But they make a lot of really great products with an awesome warranty. It's a no-fault warranty, and it is transferable. Means if you buy one of these sets of binoculars at a yard sale and something happens to it, you can send it in, no questions asked, and they'll replace it. And that's something that I really like. Plus you get a lot of bang for your buck. We'll start over here on the left. I just picked these up. This is going to be the Vanquish, and I got these guys in 8 power by 26, so it is a smaller lens. You can see these are smaller, and it's kind of a reverse to what you would traditionally see. Instead of small to large, it's going big to small. The caps on these, they do not stay captive. They do come away, but you do have your eye relief adjustment here. So if you don't have glasses, or if you need something intermediate, you know, wherever, or if you're running glasses. But these are really decent little binoculars. I was checking them out, and they are really bright and clear for what they are. I really don't want to get prices. You can look it up online. But let's just say that for the money, if you're a bow hunter, or if you just want a pair of binoculars to toss in your truck, this little 8 by 26 would probably do you pretty well. You do get a little case. You can put this on your belt, and they do make this strap long enough that when you put these in there, you can close this and leave the strap out and use that. Kind of next up the line is going to be the Raptor, and I picked these up. These are 8.5 by 32. I also got a 10 power set, 10 by 32. That's coming. These are more your traditional, you know, your prism. They have caps that stay put, and this cap for the rear is captive. You're not going to lose it. It's on the strap. You also have your adjustable eye relief, which is nice. And I've been using these for a little while, and these are really nice binoculars. I had an old pair of Simmons back in the day. I mean, we're talking back in the 70s. And they were a 7 by 35. They were okay, but these things just totally blow them out of the water. Of course, with these, you do get a little Velcro case, and it has a strap. So you can take these with you, you know, put them in the case, carry them with you. But price point on these is just going to be a little bit more than the Vanquish, not a whole lot. So if you want more traditional, you got them. And then now we can kind of step up in quality. We have our Crossfire. This is an 8 by 42. Same magnification, but now we're moving up on our objective lenses. We're getting a larger lens. So we're going to pull more light in. Again, this is captive, so it'll stay put. You're not going to lose it. It does have, like all these, the adjustable eye relief. And this is kind of what I would call your basic decent binocular. 42 millimeter is pretty good. It works good in lower light situations. And 8 power, as you can kind of see, is standard. You know, 8, 8.5 is kind of a good standard to get into. It gives you enough magnification to see what you're looking at, but it is also low enough power that any kind of handshake or anything, when you're holding them, you're going to have a little shakiness. And it doesn't really magnify the shakiness as much as some of the higher power, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Then, of course, we're really moving into some higher quality now. We're getting into their Diamondback series. And for me, this is real high quality. They do make a couple others. They have their Razors and Vipers and other high quality. Personally, for me, this is about as good as it gets as far as bang for the buck and spending the money. This is going to be an 8x32, which is going to be smaller in size. If you notice, the form factor is actually a little smaller. It's not a prism binocular. It's not going to be a prism style binocular. This one is just a straight through. It does have the captive caps, and it has you know, a captive cap here, so you're not going to lose anything if you're out and about. They stay put. And the form factor on this is just so small for an 8x32. This makes it really, really handy, and it's very high quality. Most all of their Crossfires now and the Diamondbacks have gone to the HD coating. So you're getting quite a bit better coating on these than you used to get. It makes them a little bit higher resolution. So for the money, these are really going to be hard to beat. If you wanted something small, but a little higher quality than, say, you know, your Vanquish or your Raptors, and you still wanted that smaller form factor, I would say that probably the Diamondback, the smaller Diamondback, would be the way to go. And then, of course, we get into the big boys, and I wanted something long range, so I got the 12x50 Diamondbacks. And now we're getting into a little bit larger form factor. Again, they do have the captive caps, so you're not going to lose these when you're in the field. But now these, you got your, you know, adjustments. These, you do get some shakiness. When you're holding these, you're going to notice shakiness at 12 power. So these may not be the best general purpose binoculars. If you're looking for something general purpose, like I said, I would stay with like an 8 power. 8 power gets you plenty of magnification, maybe bump up to a 10 power, but when you start getting into 12, that's where you start getting the shakiness. And basically the reason I wanted these was for like stargazing, or, you know, I want to take a look at the moon, or if I really needed to like glass some terrain and really pull it in. 12 power will do that. I mean, you can do a little bit of kind of, I guess, micro astronomy, if you will. You know, looking at stars or comets or the moon and stuff with a 12 power. They're also starting to make some 15 power, which would be really awesome for that kind of a binocular astronomy as well. Now, when you step into the Crossfire, they do give you the chest pouch. And with this Diamondback, you're also getting the chest pouch, which is nice. This Diamondback, you're just getting like the clamshell pouch. But that's plenty good. I mean, it protects them. It works well enough. And we can take a quick look at some specs. I printed some specs off. And we'll pull this in here, and you can see on the Vanquish 8x26, the things you want to look for: your exit pupil and your field of view at 1000. You can see your exit pupil is a 3.3. That has to do with the amount of light that's being brought in. And then 352 feet at 1000 yards. Now we can move to the 8.5 by 32, and you'll see your exit pupil has actually gone up. Now it's a 3.8 millimeter. So you're drawing more light in with this 32 over the 26. And your feet is going to be 390 feet at 1000, which is pretty good. Then we get into like the Crossfires. With the 42, 8x42, we're getting a 5.25 millimeter exit pupil. That's huge. That's going to draw a lot of light into the eye. And then we're getting 393 feet at 1000 yards. So you can see you get a pretty good field of view, and you're drawing a lot of light in. So you just kind of take a look, pause, and look at your spec sheet. And I'll pull in the one for the Diamondback now. We move into the Diamondback, the 8x32, and it's got a 4 millimeter exit pupil. 426 feet at 1000 yards. That is actually really good. Very good at as far as your field of view. And then the 12x50s, a 4.2 millimeter exit pupil, and a lot of that has to do with this 50 millimeter. But because it's a 12 power, you're getting cut down to 271 feet at 1000 yards. So you're not going to be seeing as much at 1000 yards as you would with, say, these 8 power. Although you'll be closer, but your field of view is going to be less. But your exit pupils are still good. And that's something you want to look for. When you're choosing a pair of binoculars, you want to look for a good exit pupil, because you want that light gathering ability. And you want to check your field of view, because you want to be able to see a large enough field of view that you don't miss anything while you're glassing. And like I said, I'm not an expert in any way on this stuff. I just got these and thought I would bring you a video kind of showing you there is a variety of Vortex optics in a lot of different price ranges, and they're all really good optics, awesome warranty. So if you're looking for a pair of binoculars, I would say check Vortex out. Go online, see what all they got to offer, then hit your local retailer, come on down, check us out. We'll get you hooked up, or if you have to, order direct from Vortex. But yeah, just a real quick video. And like I always say, either we stand up for our rights or we can sit by and watch and go away. Have an awesome rest of the day. Tennessee Frank out of here.